Trojan Sports Now.
The women's basketball team will conclude their road stretch in Boone, North Carolina. The Trojans will take on Appalachian State over the weekend. Appalachian State is currently 5-6 in conference play and sitting at 500 on the season with a 10-10 record. Troy has an overall record of 12-9, while the conference record is 7-5. Troy is currently tied for 4th place in the Sun Belt, while Appalachian State is just a spot below the Trojans. The Mountaineers are currently tied with UT Arlington for 6th place. Troy took on Appalachian State earlier this season in Trojan Arena. The Trojans defeated the Mountaineers 91-87. Troy will look to sweep Appalachian State this season with a victory on the road.
The men's basketball team will look to add to their win column after their game with Arkansas State as they travel to Boone, North Carolina to play Appalachian State. The Trojans previously played the Mountaineers this season, losing a close game 69-64. Since the matchup with the Trojans, App State has won 2 games and lost 1. However, App State is 9-12 on the season and are ranked number 6 in the conference. Troy, on the other hand, has won 1 game and lost 3 since the matchup. Troy is also ranked number 10 in the conference with the record of 9-12 as well. However, Troy is on a 2-game win streak. The Trojans will play on the road, and their away record suffers at 3-7, while App State's home record is 4-3. The Trojans will play this weekend, and fans can catch updates on the game at TroyTrojans.com under the men's basketball schedule.
The women's tennis team now has its first win under its belt and will look to add to that win. The Trojans will head to Jacksonville, Florida to take on UNC Wilmington. The Seahawks are currently 2-0 on the season. Both wins were 7-0 sweeps for UNC. The Seahawks defeated Norfolk State and USC Upstate. Troy will then stay in Jacksonville to take on North Florida. The Ospreys are currently 0-2 on the season. North Florida lost to number 13 Miami 4-0. They also lost to USF 4-1. The Trojans will look to get on a winning streak now after the first win of the season.
The men's tennis team will host their first match at home over the weekend as they play Southern Mississippi. The Golden Eagles are currently 3-0 on the early season, while Troy is 4-3. The last time the two teams met was last season when Southern Mississippi took the win from the Trojans 2-4. However, this year in the early season, this will be Southern Mississippi's first away game, while for the Trojans, it will be their first home game. Head coach Scott Tidd says the confidence in his team for the matchup.
This weekend we have Southern Miss, who I've been told to have Troy's never beaten. And then we have Ole Miss, which is a top 20 ranked team again. So our 3 losses come to ranked teams. So and we've played them close. So again, I think as the season progresses, we're getting stronger, more confident, and I think you'll see some wins and upsets come.
The Trojans are now 2-0 in the conference and are on a 3-game win streak.
The track and field team had a week off to prepare for their final half part of the season of the indoor season. The track and field team will now head to the Middle Tennessee Invitational in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. The Middle Tennessee Raiders are coming off a tournament where 6 players finished in first place and 20 finished in the top 5. Troy's last tournament was the Green and Gold Invitational, where they finished 8th as a team. Alexis Cobbs finished in 2nd place, though in both the long jump and triple jump. Cobb's long jump of 5.51 meters was a personal best, and head coach Mark Davis said this invitational will help his team prepare for the Sun Belt Conference tournament.
Basically, I just wanted to be able to get them a chance to compete and score points, go out there and try to beat other teams. It's kind of a simulation going into Sun Belt championships. So I think it'll be a good opportunity for them to get out there and be able to compete against, some teams that they haven't seen, or, just get a chance to get into that championship environment. So I think it'll be great.
The Invitational will be an all-day tournament over the weekend.
After the loss to Auburn, the softball team will pick themselves back up to play 4 games over the weekend in Troy. First up, the Trojans will take on Florida A&M. The Rattlers have not started their 2015 season yet. However, last season, Florida A&M went 24-28 on the season. The Trojans face off against the Rattlers in the 2014 season, running away with the win 4-0. Next, the Trojans will face off against University of Buffalo. The Bulls have not started their season yet. However, last season they went 30-22, while the Trojans went 22-30-2. The Bulls were also 12-5 away as they head to Troy for the weekend. After their matchup with Buffalo, the Trojans will take on Western Kentucky over the weekend. This will be the Hilltoppers' first time they see action this season. Last season they went 33-24-1. Western Kentucky had a solid away record, going 13-8-1 for the 2014 season.
The 2015 baseball season is just around the corner as the Trojans gear up for the new season. In the meantime, the 2015 conference standings have been released, and the Trojans are ranked at number 5, while UL Lafayette takes the number 1 spot. Last season, the Trojans finished 6th in the conference with a record of 25-32. Sunbelt Freshman of the Year Mark Skinner returns to the team as he led the Trojans from the bullpen. Senior David Hall will join Skinner on the preseason all-conference team as designated hitter. Hall finished the 2014 season with 9 home runs and a .334 average. The Trojans will take the field in their first game against Northwestern State at Riddle Pace Field on February 13th.
Troy's baseball and softball teams held their annual Fan Day Saturday.
Khadijah Torbert was there and has all the details.
It's that time again for softball and baseball season, and what better way to start the season than with Fan Day? Free food, autographs, fans, and fun.
I think it's just an opportunity for the fans to come out and see what our girls have been doing. I mean, we're going to scrimmage after today, but after this event at 2:30, and they'll get a chance to see our girls in action. But also, I've got a great group. I've got 24 amazing kids, and it's a great time for them to meet them and, you know, get to see what kind of person they are, not just athlete, but they're incredible people.
And today is Fan Day, so it's a great day to embrace this moment and reflect on all the years and all the plays and all the wins and championships as we get ready to move into 2015.
The players and the coaches may think differently about what Fan Day means to them, but one thing that they have in common is the memories.
Last year at Fan Day, my junior year, there was a group of little girls that just loved me, and it was my first year here, so they didn't even know me, and they just all wanted to take pictures with me. They all wanted me to sign their posters, and I love that feeling just because I've never really had that feeling before.
I'm going to miss all these fans, and it's great to come out here, and they're such a great supporting group of people that I've had. I mean, we've all had next to us for every season since I've been here, and way before since I've been here, but definitely going to miss hearing the crowd on Friday night, and I'm just going to enjoy it while I can.
Probably seeing little kids that look up to us. I'd like to, it kind of inspires me because I know I was that guy once. I was that kid. It means a lot to me knowing that little kids come out here and look up to us.
I think my favorite part is just getting to introduce myself and get to know the fans at a personal level.
Just the camaraderie with the fans. I don't know if it's one memory. I just always appreciate the Troy fans and their passion to be here on a Saturday morning or afternoon, whatever we're having that Fan Day on. And just seeing them kind of get ready for the season like our team is getting ready for the season.
Khadijah Torbert, Trojan Sports Now.
The softball team will open their season at Auburn on Thursday, while the baseball team will host Northwestern State at Riddle Pace Field on February 13th.
The football team kicked off the Neal Brown era with National Signing Day on Wednesday.
The athletic department held a signing day party to welcome the new Trojans to Troy. Jacob Harrison gives us a look.
Trojan Athletics held a party Wednesday night to celebrate head football coach Neal Brown's first recruiting class. In total, the football team brought in 22 new Trojans.
Excited about the class. Very proud of our staff, the work they were able to do in a really a rather short amount of time. Basically had 4 weeks of live recruiting that we could go out and chase this class.
The Trojans felt defense was a big priority, signing 14 defensive players, 6 of which will play in the secondary. Coach Brown also felt that local recruiting played a role in the number of signings.
9 guys from the state of Alabama wanted to get back in this state. We've done a really good job over the past 6-7 weeks of reconnecting and reestablishing some relationships with Alabama high school coaches. We signed 5 guys from Georgia, 3 guys from Mississippi, 2 from Florida, South Carolina, and Louisiana.
With 9 of his recruits standing over 6'3" and 7 weighing over 260 pounds, head coach Neal Brown said that size played a huge role in this recruiting class.
I think if you go through our lineup here, you'll see a lot of length at different positions. The Kemp brothers from Greene County, huge pickups for us. Beat several schools within our conference on those guys. Damian, the offensive lineman, a lot of size, length. He'll be a tackle for us. Guy that I think down the road could be one of the premier tackles in our league.
As you start looking at teams now, some teams are going back to having some big guys. So we're going to have some big guys. You go play Wisconsin, you're going to want some big guys. NC State, our first game, they're going to put 3 tight ends and a fullback in there. So you're going to you can't play with just a bunch of DBs.
Jacob Harrison, Troy, Trojan Vision Sports.
Spring practice will begin soon as the Neal Brown gets his new and old players ready for the 2015 season.
That's all the time we have for Trojan Sports Now. Check us out online at trojanvision.troy.edu to catch anything you missed.
For Clay Yeager, I'm Amy Austin. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Trojans!
Trojan Sports Now.